So, I was originally going to post a tier list video, but after thinking for more than 5 minutes, I remembered that I hated tier lists. So I scrapped it for a while, but after seeing tier list after tier list after tier list in my recommended page, I felt like I was the only one who felt this way about them. So I need to make this video for my sanity. First of all, it's just slop. It is the most unoriginal, uncreative form of content out there, and every thumbnail looks exactly the same, with the same 3 OP heroes and 1 obvious rage bait tier placement, and it's just so stupid and drives me up the wall that there are almost 0 original takes, and so many content creators place heroes in people pleaser tiers that they also admit to themselves. Tier lists are inherently fun. They just are. And I love making tier lists with my friends that spark discussions on what we're ranking, like music artists, albums, or even movies that we like. So tier lists are not the issue themselves. So what's so bad about them? It's the community. Most people just skip to the end of the video and see the list on Twitter and judge the list completely off that and nothing else. They do not bother to see or hear what the person who made the tier list has to say about each placement. This creates tier list dogs and meta slaves who see the top 3 hero of their role and only play those characters to rank up. And I don't actually have a problem with that. The issue is that it reinforces the meta with each and one of our games without you maybe even knowing it. This creates an unhealthy virus of player perception of each and every character, and this affects everyone, even me. For the longest time, I thought heroes were useless. But you should keep an open mind and see what characters are good in what situations. And this brings me to my next point. It is a team-based hero shooter. This means that each hero varies in strength depending on matchup, bans, team comp, map, and so much more. Because there's so much nuance in each and every character, I find myself ranking each hero higher than I should. I think it's a disservice to put some heroes lower, because when they're played in the optimal setting, they're extremely strong. And some heroes are just difficult to use. And when players take the time to learn a hero, they all of a sudden click and are very, very strong. I'm going to use Human Torch as an example, as he is the prime example of a lot of my complaints. He's one of the trickier DPS to use, or at least he was, and was extremely dependent on good mechanics and good macro play. But people still refused to learn him and accept his strengths as he was always perceived as weak since his release because of tier lists and content creators. And obviously that's not the main reason, but his kit was awkward to use off release and kind of still is, but that absolutely played a role. And this made it so if you play these low tier characters, you're perceived as completely trolling. I simply lost so many games because so many people thought I was trolling when I was just hovering torch, and it already put my teammates in a bad mentality off the rip. I was told to swap so many times, even if I had the slightest misplay, or if we lost a team fight that wasn't even my fault. Playing off meta characters have given me some of the worst experience I've had in this game, and it's all due to player mentality and the viruses that plague the community. The thing is, I genuinely don't care about the opinions of content creators. Not necessarily because I dislike them or anything, but solely due to the fact that they could be wrong. They're not perfect nor have the game solved. No one does. The game's meta almost never gets solved because of the nature of the game. Most people lean on the more consistent, easy to get results character because it gets shit done. And that's not a bad thing. The issue comes when the people who follow a creator enter the bubble the creator already lives in. No matter how hard you try, you cannot possibly appeal to everyone. But you can appeal to the most amount of people as possible. And at the end of the day, that's the goal of the creator. To amass the biggest following they possibly can. So they naturally want to give the most reasonable, attractive opinions possible. But the herd mentality isn't the worst part. Not even close. It's the direct effects the creators have on the game itself. So it does directly affect me and you, believe it or not. Marvel Rivals' balance team has made it abundantly clear that when they're balancing their game, their number one goal is to balance for fun. This can mean a lot of different things, but what this tells me is that they balance the game so no characters feel bad to play. So because feeling bad to play or feeling bad to play against is such a subjective angles. It makes it so player perception takes priority over everything else. If that's true, it explains a lot of changes. Captain America, Iron Fist, Wolverine, Widow, Groot, for fuck's sake, Human fucking Torch. I can dissect each and every one, but long story short, Cap was pretty good, but everyone regarded him as still weak before the ankle and bonus. Now he's pretty much immortal. Iron Fist just doesn't fucking die anymore. He dies when he wants to. Literally 1.5 was fine, but they made him literally unkillable in Season 2. Wolverine was seen as bad off launch, but as more and more people started playing him and realized he did max percent HP, it was far too late, and he got 50 more HP that he didn't need. And then he turned into a permaban, and in Season 2 they made him dog shit to compensate for that. Widow is still seen as a troll pick. That character is so broken. I've seen Widows literally 1v9 with a Mantis or Storm. It's so disgusting how this character keeps going on the radar as a weak character because people are terrible. And Groot, oh my fucking god, Groot. Literally the most strong and oppressive and cancerous tank to go against with the unhealthiest design in the game, and has gone unchanged. No, buffs over each and every single fucking patch. This character is so disgusting and it deserves to be removed. I'm not even trolling. And oh my god, Human Torch, my beloved. They made him impossible to kill. They murdered my boy. They made him boring. Karq a long time ago said he needed to change, where he needed bonus health or shields on his Meteor Slam, and they did exactly that. And I highly doubt Karq actually had direct impact on the development or change of Human Torch, obviously, but they did exactly that. And as soon as Karq said that, I was not a fan, as I knew that it would pretty much just put padding on a character that I already loved and that was already difficult to get value off of. It was far less rewarding playing the character, and it still is. He's too easy. He's too hard to kill now because some fucking streamers kept putting him in D tier and kept calling him shit and bought him to DPS over and over and over again. Now he's stupid broken. No, I still love tier list, and I get that some people just want to see what's strong right now very quickly, and that's fine. I do the same with a lot of different games like League of Legends or fighting games, and some people just want to see what their favorite creator has to say about their favorite hero, and that's okay. I think that's cool. I think that's fine, but I don't like the unintended consequences tier lists have on overall player perception. I think it's extremely unhealthy the influence creators have on the balance of the game that I love, and it annoys me to a degree like no other. When a team balances around fun and player perception, at the end of the day, content creators are going to have the biggest impact. I still enjoy watching tier list videos because it's interesting to hear what the reasoning for some of the outliers or heroes people disagree on, but outside of general entertainment, take tier lists with a grain of salt and give more D tier characters a try. Maybe you'll find a new main. Anyway, this has been Roundbot. Here's my fucking tier list. Thanks for watching. Until next time.